Warning, warning. The Drama King is in the building.
Building Jazzy Bell TV in the building.
Jim.
Straight Step Magazine in the building. Okay, we got a special guest in the building. Long awaited. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't gotta do no grandiose introduction because the nigga put his work in already. We got
and you say New York City.
50 Cent is in the building.
Here we go.
Queens, what up?
Everything good. You know, the first thing I do is I get in there, I go, okay, where the book at? I get the book. This shit always get me confused, too. I don't know what I'm doing.
Selection.
It is. It's exciting, man. It's exciting. This is the wonderful world. Look at this, man. Anything you thought, if you didn't actually see it before in person, you gotta just get a little close up so you can see it. Yeah. Some of this shit I just be wanting to poke to just admit. Let me see if it moves.
Taste the authenticity.
Yeah,
test it. I mean, test it.
No, you said it right.
Taste it. Oh, okay. Damn. Let's go in.
I might have to figure that out right. Some kind of fabric on the body. Scratches like that. No, not scratches. Look, everybody ain't smelling good.
That's a Millio's thing lately. Can you peep that one?
Sniffing women? Hell yeah.
A little freaky deaky over there.
What's this new shit with you? We're not going to start new things. We're not going to start new things.
Who's this, man? How did you get to do both?
Well,
what's it? Look at this. Was it Dreamy Robinson?
Yeah.
She must be popping. We got in the middle of the book, and then she on the
straight stuff covered out.
Front of there.
Yo, 50, you know we like to bring out new, you know.
I see it. I see it.
You understand what I'm saying? New talent.
And it's chocolate too. We need to put that on the big joint. We need that on the big screen.
88 Shade 45, Street Sweeper Radio, DJ K, Slate Drama King in the building, Jazzy Bell TV in the building.
What up? What up?
50 Cent is in the motherfucking building.
Yeah, man.
Okay? So name that joint is Twisted?
Yep, that joint right there. It's a toast to success. We're celebrating a little bit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like because the theme of the album was prosperity, I try to think of all the different ways that I could actually write, what different perspectives I could write it from. So and that one it's the deal went the right way.
Okay.
You know, and we actually celebrating and the things that we would want to do in that time frame. That was the thought process with that one. I did another joint that I felt like was it was the World Cup, the NFL Super Bowl, it's the NBA playoffs. It's that point where the physical discipline the professional athlete has to place themselves under is actually paying off that night. It's the winner circle. You know, so it's the professional fight too. Actually, that's where I shot the music video. It's me and Ryan Martin. It's a young fighter under SMS Promotions. So I had to shoot both of us in order to create that energy for it. But that guy on the floor in the video is really the guy who fought that night. The kid hungry, man.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that. So, Project Animal Ambition, where did you get the title from?
Yeah, what I was doing was thinking of a new way and a new version. It is a different process for me now. You know, like I have to have a concept for the record in order to start writing and have things come out the way I needed to. Like in the past, I could just walk in and just do it, but then now it feels a little unbalanced because I got a life that people are aware of, and then the life that are not behind the scenes, the business opportunities, adventures that they see. They only see the marketing and promotion part. They don't actually see what we're doing, the things that we're not involved in from a promotional perspective. You know?
So who else we got featured on that project, man?
Oh man, I got that Irregular Heartbeat, me and Jadakiss on the joint, me, Jadakiss and Kid. And then I did Chase the Paper with Prodigy and Kid and Styles was on the joint. And that was because I went to Yonkers to get the record. Like I went to him, I said, "Nah, don't send it. I don't
As you should.
want it online. I'm gonna come out there." And when I came and I played the music, and Styles was like, "Yo, I like that joint." You know what I'm saying? He was into it, and I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Yeah." I said, "On it, and get on it." You know what I'm saying? Like I gave to him because I let him jump on the joint because even the concept for the music video made sense. Like it was. The only time you would have seen the energy that you see from the bikes and stuff like that in early stages would have been Rough Riders.
True.
You know, so even bike culture was represented by their brand. in the portion of in the early hip hop. You know what I mean? So now it made sense for him to be in the video too, like image wise. It just felt like it was my opportunity to make a Rough Riders joint.
Okay, yeah.
You know.
So how many how many tracks is on the project?
It's 11 cuts and then 3 bonus cuts.
Okay.
One of the bonus cuts is me and Schoolboy Q.
Nice.
Yeah, so I got some things that I had fun making this one.
What about that joint you played, that record that's going to take you to the Michael Jackson? I know you put that motherfucker on there, you held it.
No, I held it.
You held it?
That's all. That's immortal
This
music.
motherfucker has this
What is it,
record.
Kay?
I can't, come on now, I'm not.
I know.
You talk about animal ambition right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
I'm just thinking, if it was on there, then I'm going to go up, but
you heard something
Another
exclusive.
story for another day.
Yeah, they'll feel different. They'll understand that this was something I needed to do before releasing Street King Immortal, because like what gets in the way a lot of times is they'll look, and the success really is a block for them. Like they'll look and they'll go, well, you're rich so you're not hungry.
Exactly.
You're rich so you don't actually, you can't write the same thing. When interesting enough, I spent the larger portion of my time without money than with money, and when you actually make it somewhere, you'll find a significance in how far you've made it, you work to get here. Like if you don't see a consistency in me actually being out, relevant, and at work, then even on the release week, you'll see this album will come out June 3rd, June 7th. I got a television show premiering on the Stars Network that I worked on 2 years ago.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Like it's finally actually coming on, but it's been 2 years in process for me to get it to where it's at right now.
So you've been working.
Yeah, I've been doing that, and it's like a lot of times I'll put myself in a position where, I mean, you would say it's an uncomfortable position to be somewhere where you're not all the way informed. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times artists are not prone to being in a confused state, or like in a state where you don't actually know everything in your surroundings, and and I'm not afraid of that. I'll get in there and I'll learn the information that I need. Like I made it my business to read contracts that I didn't understand. You know what I'm saying? Until the actual language in the contracts becomes so comfortable because I've figured out what they meant, those terminologies that the lawyers are using at different points, and now I understand all of it. So that it just makes people don't like to be under uncomfortable situations, but the learning process, the learning curve is an uncomfortable situation. It's going to be when you find yourself not knowing everything.
Right. Real talk.
Yeah.
Even being able to recognize when in the contract they tell you what's 3 plus 4, you go 7, and then wait 2 pages later to ask you what's 5 plus 2.
Yeah.
They're trying to get you to trip. Like they ask you the same
question in a different way.
Trying to get you to slip up. Now here you done cost yourself a couple of fucking $1,000.
Because you're not paying attention now. You're gonna let it fly.
88 Shade 45 Street Speaker Radio. 57 is in the building. He live. What's the next joint we gonna jump into, Flip?
Man, let's get into Chase the Paper right quick, right here. This joint right here featuring Prodigy. We gonna get into the street now. Let's go.
Okay.
What's up?
So now, 50, I'm about to ask you a question the world wants to know.
All right.
Is it any way possible that in time you'll ever see another G Unit out?
I don't know. Like, I think if they get focused and get out to work, I mean, we get together. Like, I love them like my younger brothers too. Like,
Exactly.
we traveled, we've been around each other, we did a lot. Like, they all made millions of dollars. Like, I wouldn't say, nah, I'm the only guy that ain't gonna actually do it. I would write with them and work with them. I want to see them do as well as they can actually do it. You know what I'm saying? I do feel like they're underachievers. I feel like they could have did more. You know what I'm saying? And if there's a possibility for them to get out there and do it still, it's just with the kind of momentum they had on their own, like you're talking about a group that doesn't have anyone that didn't sell 1 million records in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, even the people I don't like from that portion of it, like Game's record sold 5 million records.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and it's the time that they actually released, because it was like, well, Banks did 3 million.
Yeah.
The actual G Unit album sold 3 million copies, and then it's not at so much success at that point, because you know, how many black artists you know sell 13 million records?
True.
You gotta have a double CD called Eyes on Me and get killed.
Wow.
You got this, you know what I'm saying? The only one we can point to got a diamond.
Yeah.
So to do it back to back, it's like it's a lot. And then the momentum there, the artists associated, the people that's there, I put them out so fast that everyone identified with who everybody was. Like D12 still don't, people can't actually give me everybody's name. You know what I mean? St. Lunatics too, because they spent 2 full terms with the head guy of that crew having hugely successful projects. Like Nelly's selling 7 million records. So while he's doing that, they Nelly's homeboys on the stage. And then the next album comes because they want that next album. They don't want the group album. Like they didn't want the G-Unit record. They wanted the Massacre. The group album could have shifted my popularity. And we sold less records because we did that instead of coming back with that solo again.
Exactly.
You know, so they didn't want to risk that. Like, and then it just, I made it. I was like, no, I got to get them on. You know, and then
By the fire burning.
yeah, and then it got everybody off and running. They'll go, even when they don't see them. These guys' houses is like 1.3 and $2 million, easy. You know what I mean? So they like, their level, their broke is I can't go spend a few $100,000 right now. Like,
But they not
just
hungry.
running around. They not hungry at all. They like,
The team is not solid.
I'm gonna see you a little bit. Like you have the guys that they would put as competition at the moment haven't sold 1 million records one time.
Right.
So they haven't seen that check once.
I want to see. I want to see it happen. I want to hear it happen. That's me. You understand? I'm speaking out to the culture.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the shit too. You understand what I'm saying?
I think it'd be something interesting, like, because I never guided every song on the Junior records. I always let them do things and take the highlights from everything that they did to build it, like to put the record together and go, yo, so this is it right here. Like TOS was one of my favorite joints like that, because everybody contributed to it being what it was. You know what I mean? Like it was no. This is how some of the artists went rap first instead of me rapping first. When at that point it's obvious that I'm the person they would want to hear rap first. It's easier for the DJ to play the record when my voice comes on. It's no difference between Wayne and a Young Money joint.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's always set up for them to be under or outshadowed
It's a
by you.
double-edged sword because sometimes if the lead artist goes first, after that niggas want to cut it.
Right.
Some sucker
Yeah.
DJs, they're gonna cut the
Yeah, they
joint.
want to get it.
You understand? That's just, it's like that. So
It's just
sometimes-
set up that way.
Yeah, it's just set up that way. You
Yeah.
understand?
And you got different talents, you got different skill sets. You know what I'm saying? Like my life is the backdrop for the themes to G-Unit music. And then you got like Banks. There was a point I told Banks, I said, yo, what you should do? You should rap for the girls. He was mad as a motherfucker. He was like, what? Like, why you say that? Like, you know what I'm saying? He didn't understand it. But like that's what Fabulous does.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what, like I think that they do that better than a lot of the other artists that are there. You know what I'm saying? So they, at that angle, when he like that, you was in Lamborghini all summer. It's easy work for him. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where his head is at. You know what I mean? Like, and I like that from them. I don't like when they actually start getting really like aggressive. It doesn't impact the same because it doesn't register to me from their personalities. It's like we're all different. We would all have different roles if we were just in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, and for me, I would like that if one of them was 50 Cent, and I could have just handled the business. If Yayo was 50 Cent, I would have really run the shit. Really run
So
the
do you feel comfortable, like more behind the scenes now with you starting off, 2002 with the whole Get Rich or Die Trying, and now the 50 Cent now? Do you feel like you want to be that guy wearing the suits and the tie and the executive hat?
Well, yeah, but I'm more prepared for it. I'm prepared for it, and I have a comfort in places where I wasn't that comfortable.
Right.
Like we
50
talked.
Cent can never be behind the scenes. Okay?
Sounding hot,
I mean,
Fifth.
you out here, you swinging, you coming out swinging.
I'm feeling good, man.
How you feeling right now? What's your vibe like?
I mean, I think the people see the consistency again, with the music coming back with consecutive joints every week. You know, I know they got a low attention span. Our audience, as far as the hip hop audience is concerned, so I need to give them something where they can actually heat up to me, and know that I'll show the consistency during Street King model. That's what this project is about for me. So on the week of the release, June 3rd, this album I hit the street, and during that week I'll be announcing the street date for Street King model.
Okay. So this is just like the
Warm up.
advertising.
Yeah, it was done as a full album. Like I wrote it like a record, so I presented it that way. But I needed it to happen in order to get to the part. Like I was saying, when you got people that have a block, they're not hearing things correctly because of success that they want for themselves. You know what I'm saying? And then you go, okay, so the guy that's in our culture right now, that the biggest restraint is a financial restraint. Coming out of low-income situations. I'm talking about myself prior to success. You know what I mean? And he's writing the highest level of living or the flyest things that he would have or what he would get. At different points, he's utilizing his personal preference and taste and things that he know that are out there. Like they'll have a Rolls Royce rave in the actual verse, but he ain't got one in the yard yet.
Yeah.
You know, and it's because we aspire to have and live life on the highest level. It's the reason why this project is so relevant, is because it's about prosperity, moving to the next level, and being ambitious and different, you know, different. And there's positive things about our culture that people don't actually focus on, you know. But if it's okay for the guy who doesn't have it to write that he actually has the money. So when I say things that relate to where I'm at right now, it's already been said. Because the guy that doesn't have money is rapping about where I'm at financially.
Two more questions I want to ask you. One, at this point, why do you feel you even want to rap? Like you don't have, like everybody goes, you don't even have to. Why do you? Like tell the world, like I know a passion is a passion, but I want to know from your point of view, why do you even care?
I love it. I love it. You know what I mean? And the little things, the simple things that I actually do are more effective than when I take time and do something complex. Like when I say I love you like a fat kid loves cake, or go shorty, it's your birthday. It's that simple. The more complex things that I said, it went over their head and didn't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? And that feels like magic to me, Kay. Like for me to spend 30 or 45 minutes in the studio writing, and then to create something that the world embraces and enjoys at different points. Where you see. When you have a song that comes on at 1 o'clock in the morning in a nightclub, you know which one I'm talking about. It's the one where the whole place shakes. When you feel that feeling, it's a high connected to it that I don't think you can match it with a molly. I don't think you can match it with a drug. Like, I watch you when you're rolling. When they're rolling a joint, don't look like what that feel like to me. You know what I'm saying? Like it just, I'm watching it and I'm like, okay, now that ain't it. Can't get that day out, I got to go write another one.
Okay.
You know
we got to do another one.
You may not receive the same compensation because you can't have the success I've had in the past with the sales on these records now. Like it's impossible for you to sell 13 million records.
Especially in this market.
One record, singles and shit like that, yeah.
But if I make that song that makes you feel, that provokes you or actually makes somebody want to actually do something with themselves, right? And I feel like I did something, right? That's why this whole project is about prosperity. Join the winner circle, man. Come on. There's room for more winners to be here. Like, and our culture is stronger than it was when I actually came.
Bring it back.
The touring, I've opened markets. I've been, like right now, even in Africa, in Abuja, where, you know, they kidnap these girls and stuff like that. I've traveled touring there. I've been to Wari, Africa. Places that Shell just been ran out by the rebels. You know what I'm saying? They say 50 breaks the Wari jinx. Because I'm there the day after. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I ain't gonna lie to you, it's a bank job. I'm there for about 30 minutes, about 500,000. No lie.
At the time I seen y'all niggas going, I mean, when it was on, I seen y'all niggas on that going to Iraq.
Yeah.
Banks had the look on his face like, why follow this 50 cents?
I want to do it.
Yo, that shit was so funny when I seen it. These niggas is in one of them army helicopters.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Right, no, I looked at you, I said, this nigga, they out of here. I said, their brains is fried. The nigga couldn't pay me nothing.
Look, I got a chance to look at M's project, right? That Marshall Mathers LPK, and they had all the flags around it. And I said, I want that. Now I know I got to go door to door to get it. Eminem do it from the crib. You know what I'm saying? Because he means that much to our culture. Check this out. We wouldn't have grown as fast as we've grown as an art form without someone that people look at and see themselves. Look at who's actually buying the music.
True.
You see what I'm saying? There's people out there that go, yo, you know, you ask them who they, yeah, I like hip hop music. Who? Eminem. Immediately, straight to Eminem. Like, you know, like they're not sure if they like anything else.
But Eminem. Right?
But Eminem. Because that's where they see themselves fitting into
Culture.
our culture.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? And then I appreciate it. I love him. I don't think he gets the credit that he deserves on some levels because he really is that good. Literally, if you put him face to face with these guys that you think are no joke,
He'll eat them up.
yeah, he'll give him an ass whooping and kind of ass
The whap
whooping
ass.
ready for it.
What about you? Do you feel you get the credit that you deserve when it comes to the culture and hip hop and what you?
You know what happens? Look, because of the aggression in my material, because I wrote things that really relate to what I was experiencing, it's more aggressive than what they've seen in the past. Okay, like this is why it actually impacted. Like think about like while I'm putting together Get Rich or Die Trying, while I'm saying the things that I'm saying, everybody's still available. Everybody's still on the street, involved. All parties involved. This is why it wasn't a whole lot of love from New York City artists for me because they already had a relationship with an artist that sold more records than me. They couldn't just go, it didn't make good business sense for them. They was like, let's stick with the relationship we got with the guy that actually sells records already before we go kicking it and building a new relationship with this guy because we like the way he sounds. You know what I'm saying? And then when things shift and the tables turn, I go, man, I kind of got an anti-approachable vibe. Like, don't you come over here.
50 was at
You know
one
what I'm saying?
point.
Like I remember you.
Yeah.
But you know what? Sometimes that's the stance you got to take in this game, man. Like don't forget, especially when a lot of people didn't realize after a while. I say about 2003, the rap game was the street game.
Yeah.
All the players and the OGs, even
Was
the
in the
OGs
street.
or whatever from behind the scenes was in the game. So it was the same element, except for it wasn't drugs being pushed; it was music.
It shifted because look, I remember a specific, like growing up, the guys that hustled around me, K, had more money than rappers. They had more money off the corners. The corners was making millions of dollars. So, like that rope chain that you seen on LL neck, he seen it on the hustlers' necks before they actually got it. You know what I'm saying? They had those in Harlem 10 times before the actual artists started to have these things, and then it evolved. You know what I'm saying? Now it changed where the actual artist is there to do these different things and making good money. You know what I'm saying? And the major corporations understand why. Look at it. Everything I do business-wise was considered a crossover if you ask EPMD.
It was.
It was the crossover. You wasn't supposed to connect yourself to no major corporation and be doing anything other than being an artist. The art form was enough at that point. Like, what did you want?
So,
You know what
Shoes,
I mean? And
T-shirts.
yeah, I only did that because I already had a bad boy vibe, and who's gonna tell me what to do? You know what I'm saying? It's stuff that I want to do. You know what I mean?
everything that you want to do and get what you can get,
Yeah.
you can get it. Case in point. 888-845 Street People Radio. Renee giving me the high five.
That's
You know what I'm
it.
saying? 50 Cent, I want to thank you for coming through, but it's